Hi everyone, it's Emma with Polly's Paper Crafts, and I've got another pocket scrapping video for you today. If you've been to my channel recently, you will have seen my first pocket scrapping video, which is basically starting to document my Barcelona trip, which if you've been with my channel for a while, you will know that Barcelona was almost a year ago now. So I'm a little bit delayed in scrapping it, so not great, but it kind of leads me to question, how long after an event have you waited or have you delayed scrapping it? Because obviously, like I say, this was all coming up to a year ago now, and I've only just kind of got them in the album, which is bad form because I had the photos printed pretty much like straight away when we got back. So I can't say that I just didn't get around to printing the photos or anything like that. They were there, I just didn't do anything with them. I think for me, the thing that put me off was doing it in the pocket scrapping. So, oh, dancy hands. I was listening to Luke Bryan, I think. We were having sunny weather and that's what you listen to. Gotta say, I love a bit of country music. Anyone else? I hope I'm not the only one. Country music is popular, but I do love a bit of country. But yeah, so I can't say that I didn't have the photos printed, because I did. What was putting me off was the fact that I was going to do it in a pocket. So if you are familiar with my channel, I usually do 12 by 12 layouts, but the thought of doing the sort of photos and stuff in the pockets really kind of put a mental block on me. I don't know why. This photo that I'm writing straight onto the photo actually, and that's normal. I got these photos printed at Snapfish, so this is glossy photo paper, and I've just used a Unipin pigment pen just to write straight onto the photo. So I'll just leave that out for a little while just so it dries, and I'll try not to kind of smudge it, but it goes really smoothly onto the paper, so no problems with that. And that was my attempt at an artistic shot. That's a Ferris wheel or a big wheel or funfair wheel, whatever you want to call it, that was at the top of Mount Tibidabo in Barcelona. You can see on that top photo of me and my friend Trish, and the view is incredible at the top of there. But yeah, they had like a funfair thing at the top with the church, because you know they go together. And yeah, I got a bit artistic, getting low to try and get the angle of the shot and everything else. So I was quite proud of that photo actually. And then this card I'm kind of making from scratch. So I've picked out the L Studio stamp set that you can see just to my left there, and I think it's called You Are the Sweetest, and it's got like donuts and stuff on. But it's also got this label that it's not that one, that's a date label. I was trying to decide which one to use. I'm going to use one that's like a box around the word today. And there you go, I'm just pulling it off now. And what I'm going to do is repeat stamp that across the background on a diagonal. So I'm just going to draw some very faint sort of pencil lines as a guide, and I'm going to use my Ranger Archival black ink just to repeat stamp that across the top of the card, not the whole way down, because I do want to do some journaling, which is really hard to say. I can't say journaling. I wanted to do some writing, which I don't usually do, but I've really made an effort while sort of doing my Barcelona photos to write down what we were doing, which you might think is quite difficult to do given that it was nearly a year ago. But when we went, I kind of did my first kind of rudimentary traveller's notebook, which I'm really glad I did, because I made an effort to write in that every night, like about what we'd done. So I referred back to that and actually pulled quite a lot of what I wrote, like word for word, into my writing for the album. And what I've done as well is mixed sort of printed journaling. I have to say that really carefully. Printed and handwritten, well, this card is going to be handwritten, but in other layouts I will do, or in other pages, I will do printed writing, which I like the mix, because then it's still got my handwriting in, but I like the look of the clean kind of printed look as well. I'm also using this Amy Tangerine Finders Keepers stamp set, and I'm just stamping the heart a couple of times, and then I'm going to fussy cut that out. Sorry about the sun, my scrap space is in the conservatory. It won't be forever, it's temporarily in the conservatory, but I'm surrounded by windows and I constantly fight the light because it's not conducive to good filming. If you'd like to see like a scrappy space kind of tour, then let me know, because like I say, it is a temporary space, but it's very different, I think, to other people. Like, it's not a whole room just for me, and I don't have an awful lot of supplies, so I don't need a lot of space. But yeah, if you want to see it, let me know and I can figure out a video showing you some bits and pieces. So like I said, I'm just doing some handwriting, just talking about what we did in the day. I'm trying to look, see, I'm fighting the light. A doodly board around the outside, and I think that's pretty much done. I don't know whether I mentioned in previous video, then it wouldn't focus. I'm having issues with this video clearly. But yeah, I don't know whether I mentioned it before, but I'm using an 8.5 by 11 page protector and album. So sometimes the sizes are a bit weird. So on that page, there were 2 6x4s at the bottom, but that top photo is like 8.5 by 5 or something silly. So sometimes the sizing's a bit weird, but I do quite like the size. But yeah, so I'll leave you with some close-ups. I hope you enjoyed. This voiceover finally got done, because it literally took about 30 times, because each one sounded totally ridiculous. But I hope you enjoyed it regardless, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!